Tja, es gibt viel zu tun. Da oben ist gerade nichts. Da unten ist Kopfgeldjagd. Tot oder lebendig war es, ne?
There, boy.
Tot oder lebendig. Sind wir mal auf das Duell gespannt, weil ich glaube, da wird dann wieder verteidigt, weil ein Einzelner wäre ja wirklich läppsch. Tot und lebendig, ne? Da wird er schon seine Gang dabei haben.
Ja.
Mal über die Schienen.
Alright, boy.
Oh, Vorsicht, hier liegt eine alte Kanone rum. Da habe ich jetzt leider das gelesen, was da stand, und nicht mehr auf die Umgebung geachtet. Verbundenheit 2 erreicht, ja. Direkt mal hier halb getötet. Ups. Oh, scheiße, ich so unverliebt, ne? Weil, wie geht's noch? Es ist der Wald. Ein Wald. So, wo finden wir den? Im Lagerfeuer.
Easy.
Nicht, dass da auf mich geschossen wird von irgendwo und dass dann in die Luft fliegt. Hey, Scheiße. Da mache ich nicht mit. Oh, da war sogar ein Zimmer. Was liegt hier? Da ist eine Schatulle. Münzbeutel.
Good work, my friends. I am proud of you all. That will send a clear message. What the hell is this? Somebody's been in the camp. Spread out and find them. We'll find you. I see him over here.
Too damn.
Wunderbar, da liegt er auch schon am Boden. Wir plündern den Menschen. Nix dabei sich. Ab zum Gefängnis. Verstauen wir hier auf dem Pferderücken. So, sauber, ja, abgelegt.
Okay, boy.
Na nun.
Let's recover the body, boys. He just the funeral.
Yeah, okay, boy.
Ja, der eine Kopf. Du hast eingesperrt. Ich glaube, die haben mich verloren. Idioten. Oh, scheiße.
Idiot.
Oh, er bleibt liegen, sehr gut. Na, diese Zäune. Hey, Freiheit. Muss doch groß geschrieben werden.
Ja.
Ach, das ist alles nicht mehr das, was es mal war. Oh. Oh.
Idiot.
Oh.
Yeah, good boy.
God almighty!
So, den nehmen wir mit.
This hunk of dead meat used to be called the Millimont.
Okay, put him out the back there. Probably best it is. You know, this town don't need any more of this dirty laundry there is.
Ja, legen wir den hier ab, so. Hinterhof, da achtet keiner auf ihn.
That's what we'll pay for.
I guess that's what I'll have to accept then. That's it.
Dankeschön, vielen, vielen Dank.
Boy.
So, wo geht's jetzt hin? Nach Saint-Denis, zum CC oder ist hier oben? Nee, der ist noch nicht da, der ist nur nachts da. Ja dann. CC! Ziemlich zügig! Natürlich jetzt schön blutig da hinten. Ah, geil.
Yeah, that's it, boy.
Völliger Hall, oh Gott, die sind bestimmt böse.
Hey, careful now. It's private property. You best light a shark and get.
On my way out.
Yeah, that's it. Keep moving.
Ja, vielleicht lege ich mich aber nochmal mit euch an, ne? So, mal gucken. Kann ich in Acht nehmen? Oh Mann! Ich bin doch auf dem Weg hier raus. Was kann ich denn dafür? Was?
Okay, boy.
Zeuge? Zeuge von was? Dass ich hier halb abgeschossen werde.
You're all right, boy.
Ah, jetzt geht's hier über. Die Brücke noch. Links rum. Jetzt sind wir auch gleich schon da. Du reitest hier übrigens auf meiner Spur, du Trottel. Ah, schnaubt es hier.
Raiders fought tooth and nail for this territory, and here's you just strolling through. You ever been in the army? Didn't think so.
I ain't here to cause trouble.
Round here's a dozen townsfolk offer to bury you just to keep my hands clean. Clear off, right now! You don't leave, I'll enjoy making you. Running from the side of free men.
Kack, Lemoyne-Rolle. Ah, jetzt bin ich nicht abgebogen. Da biegen wir hier ab. Schönes Viertel. Ah, es gibt auch wieder eine Vorstadt, oder was? Kann ich natürlich auch noch mal gucken, ne?
One book to happiness. One book to truth.
Gott, nicht schon wieder. Der hat diesmal Schwierigkeiten.
Let's get you cleaned up. Move! You're a dead man! Hey! Who the devil are you? As far as you're concerned, I am the devil. Now get out of here. This cad! I said get out of here! This is an outrage. I don't quite know why I did that.
Because barbarity is boring, no?
It kept me amused some years.
You must go, my friend, before the gendarmerie arrive.
Hey, you gonna do right by this feller's wife?
You have done right by her. The little bird is free. I am an artist, cowboy. I must do what I feel. Look, I have an exhibit at the gallery. You come, see what I mean.
Ne? Ich kann mich nicht bewegen. Was war denn das jetzt? Ich dachte, ich gehe jetzt in die Galerie. Hä? Das macht mal wieder keinen Sinn. Also wirklich. Barbarisch. Dieses Hereingelege. Okay, dann machen wir wieder hier. Zack, da unten hin. Schauen wir, ob es noch mehr Vorführungen gibt.
Okay.
Was ich nicht kenne. Zeitvertreib. Und hier auch nochmal einen Pokertisch mehr in der Stadt, ne?
Out of the way! Maldito loco!
Hey, cuidado! Read one of our pamphlets.
What? Why are you doing this?
Difference between the races using
Hi, what can I do for you? Southern?
Give me a card.
Ticket for one, please.
Make your way through the doors on either side of me.
Platz ist wie immer frei. Okay, mal schauen.
Greetings and salutations, gentlefolk. This here's the story about a young couple from the village of Annisburg that was courting a few years after the Revolutionary War. Courting in the woods, as you know young people want to do. Stealing away all sneaky-like. Girl by the name of Ethel Beauchard snuck out of the parlor one evening just as soon as her mother went out to hang clothes on the line from the washing. She met up on the road by her farm with a boy by the name of Eugene Hutton. Now, the Hutton boy was an athletic chap, liked boxing, fishing, and swinging Indian clubs. It's quite singular to the story that he didn't seem all that inclined to go to war in the preceding years leading up. Well, they walked in the woods for a while. Pretty soon they lost their bearings and no longer knew the north from the south, nor east from west neither. Then they heard a low moaning sound.
What's that terrible noise?
She said all trim. Must be a sick calf looking for its mama. They've been known to bawl like that. Let me take a look, said Eugene. Well, old Eugene went and disappeared around a tree, came out the other side, and gave her a terrible fright. Boom! She let out a shriek, then went to chastising.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Eugene Hutton,
She said,
Instead of giving a girl protection, you go carry on acting foolish and fresh like the Queen's prize jester.
But right then and there, a chilly wind blew through and knocked off Eugene's hat.
I need to get back home. My mama has a terrible temper. She's like to stomp up and down if she finds out we're missing.
She is a fair, stout woman, Eugene noted. But just then, before this couple of miscreants could head home, they heard the sound of heavy wheels, groaning, and people marching. The cacophony grew closer and closer, and through the fog they could make out the shapes of ghost horses pulling spectral cannons, and dead soldiers marching as if their graves could no longer contain them, each wearing a vile red coat. You will pay for your moral transgressions, the dead soldier howled, and cut his head clean off. Miss Beauchard shrieked in horror as Eugene's head landed right in her hands, his eyes still darting about, attempting to discern what horror had transpired. Little Miss Ethel Beauchard ran as fast as she could, stumbling and getting caught on trees as she tore through the forests. Terrified for her life, the dead soldiers marching after, hungry for blood. When she returned home, she told the people of the village that an army of the dead had taken Eugene within the confines of the fog. British soldiers who died protecting tyranny were rising from their graves as if to continue the fight for the demonic English. The townspeople erupted in fright and dismay until one daughter came forth and accused her of witchcraft. She raised the dead to murder that boy for his pursuit of unwanted advances, he said. So she too must perish. And that very night, they put her to the stake and burned her dead. Now let that be a lesson to you young ones not to go courting in the woods, in case the English lurk there still.
Ja, die Engländer, du, die alten Bockwürstchen hängen im Wald rum, erschrecken Leute, das ist nicht nett.
Goodbye now. We'll see you next time.
Ja, es...
Good boy.
Hier ist mir das andere... Ist das... War das? Werde ich hier... Genau, da links.
Hey, mister. Hey there, mister. Hey, mister.
What is wrong with you? We deserve the right to go.
Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
Schauen wir mal.
Can I buy a ticket, please?
Head straight through those double doors.
Ich setze mich mal neben Sie, werter Herr. Danke.
Good evening! Good evening! Hello, yes, thank you. I am, as you well know, Aldridge T. Abington. My prosperous career as the greatest showman on earth is well known from Russia to France, and especially London, where I receive very warm acknowledgments and once entertained the great Queen herself in a manner I cannot discuss further. Yes, you are about to witness the grandest of shows. Up next, a goddess of fire. Her dance will mesmerize you and drive a sharp bargain for your soul. Antoinette Sanservino.
Na, ist auf jeden Fall auch neu, ne? Ganz fantastisch.
Yes! Yeah, she's something, isn't she? You know, I once tried to woo her, but she managed easily to elude my efforts by setting my top coat aflame. Anyway, I met this next remarkable lady on a steamer bound for Morocco, where they have the queerest and most delightful tobaccos one should ever partake in. She is unrivaled with a sword, and her dance will captivate you. The mysterious Maya.
Oh nein, die. Diesmal. Keine Schlange, er hat hier einen Schwert dabei. Schön. Sure. Yeah.
Lovely! Isn't she lovely? The thighs of an angel. The charms of the devil. This next act has delighted audiences around the world. He is the greatest magician alive, especially as many have died attempting feats of escape. Presenting Benjamin Lazarus.
Thank you, Madame and Monsieur. Thank you all. I am the great Benjamin Lazarus, cheater of death, revealer of truth, and without a doubt, the world's finest escape artist. Death, madness, it is all around us. A beautiful wife of 14 years old suddenly dies of colic and pleurisy. A wealthy man goes mad and hacks his family to bits. Why? The mind is weak, and yet it imprisons us all. Tonics and liquors keep the spirit buoyant as we all suffer all kinds of maladies in this life. These days, you are just as likely to die a man of 12 years old as you are a man of 42 or more. Now, you can easily ascertain by simple observation that those who live to an old age are not from the wealthier classes. Midnight banquets of highly seasoned food and champagne are not invigorating influences. They are excesses that promote premature decay. A decay that begins first in here, in the mind. You may have heard that in the mental wards of asylums, they keep the most violent and insane patients in a straight jacket. A piece of clothing used to restrain them so they don't injure themselves or others. It was invented in France 110 years ago. And tonight, you may deem me as suffering from some lunacy, as I am going to undress. And my assistant will put me inside this straight jacket. Jesus. Yes. Very good. I shall stand on this wooden stool and attempt to break free. However, I must be careful, as I will have this hangman's noose around my neck while doing so. Surely, no man alive can escape such a prison. Well, no man apart from me. Now, this jacket is tightly sewn and composed of cloth that cannot be ripped by the wearer.
Oh my God!
I am completely bound and unable to move. I must warn any women present who are prone to hysteria, fainting, or the vapors. They may not want to watch me attempt this escape, as it could end in my certain death. And as we all know, watching a man hang is not the best entertainment. Music, please.
Yeah, let's go!
Stay still. Yeah. No one disturb me.
Not so groß.
Hold on to your water. He hung himself after all. We about to watch a fella hang himself?
Wasn't that amusing? Quite the practical joker he is. Why would we hang a man for amusement? Ridiculous. What an incredible night. I pray that you won't remember this evening for as long
Okay, da
as
ist...
or at least until tomorrow, when you might die of smallpox anyway. Good night, Saint-Denis.
Krass. Ich konnte nicht hoch. Schade. Ich dir geholfen. Ich hätte ja geholfen. Wieder ein schöner Besuch hier in dem Etablissement. So, wieder draußen.